Hi guys, welcome to another video. Game week 8 is along the line and thought of discussing some differentials in the team for every position. As you can see, game week 7, I had played my wild card. I scored 80 points out of 60 average. It was a high scoring game week for every team, and it was really crucial for me to play my wild card and then score what I scored because if I had played my old team with one transfer only, it wouldn't have given me such a great pointers, and it would have uh, been another red arrow which I did not was not planning to get. So yeah, that was it. Let's get into the differential conversations. For example, now if you want to verify or if you want to see how you can figure out differential. So the first thing that you need to see about differential is uh, that particular player should be very less owned. Then only it will be a differential for your team. For example, Semenyo. Let's get it into midfielder section. So, for example, Semenyo is in 60% of the team. So, if there are 100 players, 60 players have Semenyo. So, if Semenyo scores, uh, the average points of the entire, of all the players would be similar to what his score is. And let's say if you have a differential in place of Semenyo, I mean, if, for example, you've got Elanga, right? And Semenyo did not perform in game week 8, but Elanga did. Then it will be a differential for you and it will give you a huge boost in your mini leagues and in your overall rank as well. So the first thing to see for differential is people who are less owned and are likely to give some points when others who are highly owned won't be giving points. But again, if a player is highly owned, it's because they are good. Uh, their probability of giving you scores is much higher than people who are less owned. But you can maybe guarantee some of the folks and see if you can figure out any player that can be a differential. For example, in goalkeeping positions, I've got one goalkeeper who is 34% owned, which is Dubravka, and this is because of his price. He's not a very good goalkeeper in terms of point scoring. He plays for a Burnley defense, which concede goals left, right, and center. And with Dubravka, it's also uh, a good thing, or maybe a thing that this 34% folks will not be starting Dubravka every game week. So he is a bit of a differential for you. If you have him in your team, and let's say if in this game week again Leeds United, Burnley keeps a clean sheet, it will be a differential for the likes of Raya. If Raya doesn't keep a clean sheet, it will be a differential. But for Raya, Sanchez, Vicario, Pickford, these are a little bit more highly owned, and Raya is the second most owned goalkeeper. So apart from that, I guess every other keeper is a differential. Um, so in my team, you can see Nick Pope because Newcastle has kept a lot of clean sheets this season. I think they've kept around five clean sheet in 7 games, which is a good number, and they've got decent fixtures coming up as well. So it will be a good mix of both good fixtures and less ownership. Now, you know, it will also give me a good balance between two starting goalkeepers, and I can rotate them. Otherwise, there is a possibility of set and forget goalkeeping option. For example, I buy in Raya, who is 5.7, mind you. So you have to invest 0.7, 0.6 million more to get good goalkeeper from a good team. Uh, so you can bring in Raya and you can bring in maybe Dubravka or some other 4.0 goalkeeper and set and forget. Play Raya every game week. Whatever the score is, you don't have to think about it a lot. With this structure, it gives you a little bit of headache of who to start. For me, 9 out of 10 games, Pope is going to start. but for most of the other games, I can start Dubravka as well. So Donnarumma is also a good pick. He jumped to 5.7 rather quickly than Raya because of his, quick burst since he arrived in from Manchester, from PSG to Manchester City. He's a good goalkeeper. He's going to start, but there's always a risk of Trafford starting game here and there. Since he's also a new goalkeeper, he's a young goalkeeper, and he's also a decent goalkeeper. Kelleher is low-owned, but Brentford is not keeping clean sheets. So the top picks for me, top three picks would be Nick Pope, Donnarumma, and Henderson. If you want to buy a Crystal Palace asset and not a defender, you can go for Henderson, and he could be a set and forget option as well. All right, let's get into defenders. Now, all the defender that you see in the list are highly owned. So I'll probably go a little bit more differential in defender section, maybe somewhere around 5% ownership. So in that front, Guardiola is the most suitable defender, but he comes at a premium price of 5.9 million. So if you can afford him, you should go for him. Other than that, I can give you a couple of more in Lacroix from Crystal Palace. He's 5.1, but still 4.1 owned. He's good for defensive contribution. He gave one assist as well. Uh, he's not getting any attacking uh, returns as of now, but if you want a cover for Crystal Palace, you can go for Lacroix. I have Richards, who is zero point 0.5 million less. The only difference between Lacroix and Richards is that Lacroix got defensive contribution in some game, but Richards did not. But I wanted to save some money, so that's why I went with Richards. Richard is also 3.1 owned, so he's also differential. So if Crystal Palace is keeping a clean sheet, it will be a good push for you. And the third one is Diouf. I really like an attacking defender for a player. He is a lot of attacking. I think he gave 4 assists already in the game in 7 game weeks. And West Ham, as you can see, lost only won one game and drawn one. So West Ham as a team is not doing well. This guy is doing okay. I used to have him in my team before my wild card. I wanted to see how he plays or how Nuno plays West Ham more. If they are good defensively and if this guy is playing left wing back or attacking left back, then I'll probably think about bringing him in as well in upcoming game weeks. The fixture looks good, at least the next 5 on papers. If you want to bring him, you can bring him. All right, guys. So this is for defenders and goalkeepers. Check out my new video. I'll be posting another video for midfielders and forwards. Thank you.